You're tuned in to the Foxboro BeatCast, a podcast for Patriots fans by Patriots fans. And here are your hosts, is Kaleb McChesney and Ryan Moore.
Hello and welcome to the Foxboro BeatCast, everybody. I'm your host, Kaleb McChesney, alongside me, my co-host, Ryan Moore, after a very happy holiday season. We're coming up on the new year, Ryan. How was your Christmas? How was your week? Any New Year's resolutions you're cooking up? What's been going on?
My Christmas was good. How was yours?
Mine was great. I showed you some of the stuff I got pre-show. I'll debut that new hoodie next week. I think it's gonna be fun.
For what's worth, I got no sports related gifts.
No,
it was all clothes. But no,
mine was all clothes too. Like I got my Devin Booker jersey. I got the Patriots sweatshirt. I'll debut next week. It was a solid haul for me.
That's pretty good, man. Too bad Devin Booker wasn't that good on Christmas for you.
No, but we got that win tonight. We're back at 15 and 15,
sure. With an angry Kevin Durant, it's all good.
Yeah,
Kevin Durant has never been known to show his frustrations.
No, never. He's always been a team first kind of guy. Yeah, I don't know. the Suns are the Suns, man. We hope for the best. We prepare for the worst.
Being a Celtics fan is about being frustrated every year that they choke in the playoffs, so it's okay.
I mean, last year's Miami Heat showed that regular season basketball doesn't really matter. So
right.
So hopefully it all gets right. I miss McCall Bridges, but what are you gonna do? But overall, Christmas real solid.
Yeah.
Favorite gift you got?
Sorry, what?
What was the favorite gift you got? Yeah.
Favorite gifts. Pants. Literally, I didn't get anything excited, man. I got like Lululemon pants at like $100. That's some good pants, yeah.
Nothing to complain about there.
Yeah. No. It was a good Christmas. Nice clothes.
New Year's resolutions, any of them?
Yeah, for the Patriots to stop sucking.
That's kind of out of our control. I was hoping for go on a walk once a day or.
Oh no! Come on. Anyone that says, "Hey, I do my New Year's resolutions," and they're liars. Everyone lies on New Year's resolutions. Oh, I'm gonna hit the gym, man. Planet Fitness, man, and all these other gym companies make so much money off the first week of January.
It's like Mariah Carey, December 1st.
Yeah.
When she gets all the money for the "All I Want for Christmas" song.
Yeah.
But
I'm not lying to myself. I probably won't be hitting the gym. Not as much. Maybe.
I mean, a realistic resolution for me, I guess. I don't know. There's not a lot. I mean, I can't say, I'm going to really commit to school because last semester of college here we're coming into. Maybe drink a little less caffeine. Can that be done?
Yeah, Mister. I need 4 Red Bulls a day.
Two.
Okay. Dan Campbell asked fucking heart.
Make some more content. Maybe I can do that. But all right, well, let's just dive right into it here. The Patriots delivered a Christmas gift for all of us here. They went to Mile High and they beat the Broncos in a 26-23 comeback victory. It wasn't easy. It was sloppy, but they got the job done. Bailey Zappi gets his first comeback win. Already tied Mac Jones for the career total of that. Real solid. It was a real solid win for the Pats. It was. I enjoyed watching that. And I know the Tankriots fans got mad and, whatever. But the post I made actually got 2,000 hearts and likes, and people are happy to see the Patriots win still. It's like you're not going easy into that dark night. All the whole jazz. Ryan, how do you feel about picking up a win that overall doesn't really mean much of anything? But
well, players will never tank, so listen, all I ask for is just show compete, and they've show compete lately. I've been happy with that.
So you're not mad. So you're not mad about going from pick 2 to pick 4.
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, listen, if they want a guy so badly, they'll trade up for it. I don't care. I do and I don't. It's not the end of the world, really.
Good. I'm glad we're in the same position there. I mean, for me, it's I'll look at the draft board when the season's done. Right. Yeah. Right now, there's 17 games, and we got 2 division opponents coming up. I want to win these games.
Can I point out quickly too?
Yeah.
Every year, guys will fall. Remember, Justin Fields is supposed to go second overall to the Jets in 2021. He went 11th overall. So,
Who's going to be the Zach Wilson this year, you know?
Yeah. Someone will fall to New England that maybe shouldn't. Christian Gonzalez last year.
God, that was a miracle. We traded
should
down.
not have been a Patriot at 17. He should have been top 10 pick. What happened? We got him. So, if there's some optimism for the tank fans out there, listen, the draft is weird. Teams get weird all the time. We're okay. I'd rather see at least guys play with some pride. At least the guys that are going to be here long term. Play with some pride. Show they still give a shit. And if they win, they win. If they lose, they lose. Just show you care.
Worry about the draft board when the season's over. You got 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
You got 2 more weeks, 2 more games against opponents that you probably want to beat.
And then listen, it's mock draft season, and I love the draft. So I'll be all over it this offseason with you guys. We have 2 more weeks. It's almost over.
I mean, you can make a mock draft now and post it. I won't be offended, but
I'll wait till the end of the season.
Yeah. All right. So with all that in mind, this week we look forward to a date in Buffalo with the Bills, who've had a rocky season themselves. They're in the thick of the playoff hunt. I believe they're like the 4 seed or the 5 seed. They're chasing the Dolphins for that AFC East crown that they're going to battle for next week. But the Patriots, we've played spoiler once already this holiday season. We beat the Broncos last week and spoiled their playoffs. We spoiled a lot of things for Denver that we'll go over a little bit later. But can we make it twice that we play spoiler for an old rival? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about so much more. We're coming right up. Let's just start off. Let's talk about what Christmas Eve was like for us, or Christmas Day. That was Christmas Day, wasn't it?
It was Christmas Eve. This one.
Okay, got it. So what a Christmas Eve it was for the Pats. Let's talk about that game and some of the thoughts we have coming out of our latest victory. Ryan, what do you take away from that game on primetime in Mile High? Big game, big win.
That third quarter was the best I've seen the Patriots play all year. That was a total team effort in terms of everything. That was the first time I've seen all 3 units click as an overall group, and it was great to watch. And I know, people will talk team tanking, whatever. I get it, whatever. That was fun to watch, though, to see everybody just come together for once. It looked like the Brady era, where they just have that avalanche, where, like, you remember, like, at the second half, maybe they don't have the best first half in the Brady era. What happens in the third quarter? It's an avalanche. And then by the fourth quarter, the game's over. And now, granted, the fourth quarter wasn't their best football, but it shows the flaws of the team, honestly, that, like, they couldn't really hold that lead until the very end. But, like, I really enjoyed that third quarter, and I have to give a shout-out to a player here, because we're going to talk about, the Patriots made a claim about their defensive backs because they've been shorthanded. And this has been a guy that's been maligned basically his entire Patriots tenure, but I thought he was really good on Christmas Eve, and that's Miles Bryant.
Yeah, always had a bad rap in New England, but I thought he's fine for what he is.
Some of it's unfair, some of it's fair. I think his limitations are his limitations. He's not the best athlete, and he's a smaller dude. But when you put him in the right spots, he can play football. He can play football. I don't get, like,
he's not Cyrus Jones. Like,
no, he's not terrible. And he played damn near every snap, if not every snap. Defense, special teams, you name it. That guy was out there. And he played really well. It was his best game of the season. So I'm going to give him credit to him. I would give a game ball to him just off the fact alone that we were short on defensive back depth, and he came out and he played his ass off for the team there.
And another player that I'll shout out that that was probably this close to ruining his Patriots career, Chad Ryland. I mean,
yeah,
what a way to bounce back.
It was looking ugly before that game-winning kick.
What a bounce back for him. He was probably nervous as hell going out there for that game-winning kick, and he nailed it.
Let's be honest, he probably gets cut.
Like,
he's been terrible this year, to call a spade, but he showed some balls out there and nailed the most important kick of the game. And I gotta give a lot of credit to him there.
And hopefully that turns into a really a really solid projection for the rest of this season and into next year. And
kicking's all mental, man. Remember what happened to Gostkowski after he missed the PAT in Denver?
yep, I remember the
He
kick
wasn't the
very
same
well.
guy. It's all mental. When you lose your confidence as a kicker, it all just comes apart. So for Ryland to make that kick, I really hope that's a turning point in the positive direction for his career, and he can go back to being the guy that was taken in the 4th round coming out of Maryland.
No, for sure. And again, let's throw our flowers at the most obvious one. Bailey Zappi. You're going into Denver really, I want to say probably without a lot of great targets. A lot of players were missing that night. Hunter Henry was out, Ramondre Stevenson's out, and he's out for the rest of the year. Juju Smith-Schuster wasn't there. I mean, it wasn't a great offensive core there, and he made it work. He threw a touchdown, I don't think, or two. I think he threw two. One to Zeke, what was like kind of a dump off that Zeke took, and then back of the end zone to Gesicki. But no Hunter Henry, which had been his main target for the last couple of weeks. No real A grade wide receiver. Pop Douglas came back, made a lot of crucial catches. But that was his first or second game back. But
from multiple
he made the most of a bad situation and pulled off a game-winning drive that set up Ryland's game-winning field goal. So props to him. Props to the quarterback. Probably the best I've seen him look in crunch time so far. And I don't want to keep comparing him to Mac Jones, but that game-winning drive might have been a little more impressive than the one against Buffalo at home. Earlier this season, as much as I loved that comeback, because that was kind of like the last gasp of fresh air we had for saying that Mac Jones could have a future. But let's dive into another important storyline here. So obviously last week or the week before, the report came out from Curran that Belichick's future has been all but sealed up, that he's not going to come back. I mean, today, Andrew Callahan of the Globe, I think, the Globe or the Herald, reported today that Belichick has expressed doubts to certain staff members about his future here past this year. But the conversation, I think, is getting a little awkward because the Patriots are now playing some of their best football. I mean, you beat the Steelers on the road on Thursday Night Football. You keep it competitive with Kansas City for most of that game. And then you just pull off this huge win in Denver. And now you're going into Buffalo against a really good Buffalo team, but you're playing some of your best football yet this year. So we're kind of in an awkward situation now where maybe they what's the word I'm looking for? They pulled the trigger a little too fast on this Belichick story that hey, maybe we jumped the gun here. Maybe we got something working here, and it's a mostly talent issue, and Belichick isn't all the problem here, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah.
So the big number one question here that I want to pitch and hopefully answer and maybe give some thoughts on is, if the Patriots, say hypothetically, they win out, they beat Buffalo next week and they beat the Jets at home, or even if they go 1-1, if they lose to the Bills on the road, but they clobber the Jets at home, end up with a record of what, 5-12 or 6-11? Is that what we're looking at?
I think that's the ceiling. Yeah.
Okay, 5-12, 6-11. Fumble their way out of the Drake May, Caleb Williams conversation. They end up picking 10 instead of 4, or something like that. I don't know how that record all shakes out. It's a little early for that. But if that happens, is there a road where Belichick's still here next year and in the role that he's in? That's the number one question I think that needs to be asked, because this conversation, it definitely isn't as clear as it was had we lost to Denver last week.
Yeah,
So I'll let you run with it.
I'm gonna say I don't think Belichick will be back regardless.
Why is that?
I just think Kraft is looking at it as, listen, you've had your time here. it's run stale, and I'm sure the guys in the room, like you see, there's guys in the room that still play for Bill. They still like Bill. I get it. Listen, it's not an easy conversation to have to move off someone like Belichick. It really isn't, because people are simply saying, well, like, we need to get rid of him. Bye. But and I've been one of them kind of like where I've been like, but you also got to understand it's a tough conversation to have. With that being said, if Belichick is expressing doubt personally, then I think it's a pretty much a foregone conclusion that no matter what happens, Kraft is ready for a change. If you can let Tom Brady walk out that door, who is the most important Patriot ever, in my opinion, then what makes you think Belichick wouldn't be susceptible to that either? And sometimes you gotta make those tough decisions to better your franchise. So I think regardless of if they win, if they play spoiler, all that stuff, listen, it'll be a nice couple of moments for Belichick's last few games in New England. I don't think anything's changed. I think it's Belichick's last year.
So you don't think there's anything that Bill can do to save his future here in Foxborough?
I think Kraft's kind of made up his mind. And you know what? I also do wonder, has Bill just himself thought, hey, it's time for me to make a change too?
I don't necessarily think that, and I'll tell you why. I think Belichick at age 71, 72, whatever he is, he doesn't want to change anything. He said he doesn't want to change anything. He doesn't want to pack up, go to Los Angeles, start from the top bottom, getting it his way with his coaches, implementing his system to the players in a new environment. I don't think he wants to do that. I don't think that's that's
I don't know if
appealing
he
to
said
him.
publicly though, which
Well, I think he said something similar along the lines. I was listening to something right before the semester got out. It might have been the radio. It might have been Patriots Unfiltered. But Belichick has said in previous years that going somewhere else isn't exactly appealing to him.
right.
So if it was Belichick's choice, nothing would happen. But obviously, when we're talking about a decision like this, a lot of things aren't in Bill's hands. It's a lot of the Kraft's hands. So my perspective on it, I'll keep it short and simple. I'm not ruling anything out. I think that if we win both these games, or even if we play impressive against Buffalo like we did in Kansas City or against Kansas City, and we beat the Jets like we always do, I could see a world where Belichick is able to convince Kraft that he knows what to do from here on out, much like last year. Obviously, it's a little weird to have that conversation after Kraft sends that letter to the season ticket holders last year that 2022 is unacceptable, and then you turn into 2023 and you're running in with a very similar thing. So
Much worse, honestly. You bought him at the
I can get the perspective of that too. But I am not willing to commit as you did that to I need to see the Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter report or breaking Bill Belichick is fired or relieved of
I
his
understand
duties
that. Like,
to actually
it's
believe
surreal.
it.
It's surreal that we're not only talking about we lost Brady, gonna be 4 years in March.
Brady was a little different because we knew his contract situation. Like once he signed that
but
signed that void year extension thing, we all kind of knew that it was going to take a lot. I mean, for me personally, I was saying that he was done. He was out of here in September of that year.
But my point is more so the surrealness, right? Like, you never think that Tom Brady would leave New England. You would never think Bill Belichick would leave New England. They're synonymous with that, right? So it's kind of hard to come to grips with it. And so the way I look at it is just the day Brady left is the day I realized nobody's invincible in New England. So that means even for Belichick, you need to do your best, and he hasn't done his best, to tell the truth.
No, I wouldn't argue. I wouldn't argue with that at all.
Like you were tasked with a rebuild, and what's the rebuild giving you? This is the year in New England where we're supposed to be hitting the upwards on a trajectory. And what happened?
Right.
We bottom out.
2021, you have the free agency splash and the quarterback draft. You got Mac Jones, and you get all the free agents and whatnot. 2021, you make the playoffs. It's a great year 2, because 2020 was the blow it up year. 2022, you fumbled it.
Yep.
And 2023, obviously it was too much. It was too much to kind of save. But I just don't think that Kraft can't be convinced to give Belichick 2024. I don't think that that's an impossible thing for Kraft to be talked into, especially if the team looks like it's coming upwards to close the year.
I don't think it's impossible, but it would have to take Belichick kind of like hands on knees begging, like, here, I'll change. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like the desperation kind of like, Robert, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll finally change. Maybe he comes to compromise. He's like, I'll relinquish GM powers or something like that. If he really wants to be a Patriot, I do think regardless, there needs to be a new GM in town. There needs to be a new management style, because the management hasn't been up to par, to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So, listen, I think if Belichick truly wants to stay a Patriot, Belichick, the coach, isn't like, he hasn't done his best coaching job the past couple of years. I think you and I could both agree on that.
I mean, defensively, it's still top notch. Offensively, it's
offensively,
bad. It's bad.
Oh my, it's a disaster.
Ever since Josh left.
Yeah. Is the solution bringing back Josh a third time?
I mean, nobody else will. Nobody else will. And I don't think Billy O is staying.
No, I think Bill O'Brien's running for the hills.
He's going back to college.
He's finding that first collegiate job, and he's like, all right, I'm in.
Hey, Saban, buddy.
College.
But all right, so to close this conversation, percentage that Belichick is back, give it
20.
20?
20.
I'll go 60-40 he's gone. I still lean that he's not coming back, but 60-40.
And the 20 is if he's actually humble enough and like willing enough to let go of his GM powers and let someone take it.
I think the number one key though is just how it's a matter of craft, really. Is he bluffing, or would he actually do it? That's the number one question. What's Kraft's play? What's his take?
Yeah,
we don't hear too much.
For what it's worth, Adam Schefter was on the Pat McAfee show today, and he talked about it.
Okay, what do you say?
He said it's all going to come down to the final meetings with Kraft.
The final meetings, like after the year?
After the year.
Like after next week?
After the Jets game, basically.
Okay.
Like your exit interviews, stuff like that.
So do you think we'll know what the future is, like the Monday after the Black Monday?
I think I think if he's gone, we'll know for sure by Black Monday or by Tuesday, like the Tuesday, or even maybe like the Sunday. Like you'll see a Rappaport or Schefter tweet that says like, "This is Belichick's last game as a Patriot" or something like that. Yeah.
I hope it just happens quick. I do.
Yeah.
Because the longer we
don't
wait,
let it be like the Gronk retirement shit. Like fuck.
Yeah, it's got to screw us out of a tight end. It did.
Yeah, Jared Cook. Yeah.
No. Not that Jared Cook was like prime.
Oh, I mean, he would have been better than Ryan Izzo and Matt Lacoste
and Ben Watson.
Washed Ben Watson. Man,
That 2019 team, man, that's going to be an offseason conversation because I have a lot of thoughts on that team.
that team stunk. And that, yeah, you know what? We'll say it for the offseason. That receiver core went from like looking like one of the best ever to the worst ever in like 2
No, we
weeks.
were talking undefeated until
Antonio Brown did Antonio Brown things, and
then the offense just stunk.
Yeah.
But all right, let's talk about some league issues. There's a lot going on around the league. Brock Purdy's MVP campaign is dead after that disaster against the Ravens.
That was bad.
Joe Flacco is continuing his miracle run. The whole Denver Broncos issue that I know we're going to talk about. The Raiders beating up on the Chiefs. Chiefs have pretty much confirmed that they're not going to be hosting the AFC Championship game. And to kick it off, let's talk about the Hall of Fame candidates that just came out. Andre Johnson, Devin Hester, and some names there coming off the top of my head. Yeah, 3 Patriots legends. Okay. You got Rodney Harrison, who I know that you're going to have a little tangent on. But can you name the other 2? Can you name the other 2 Patriots legend on this docket?
Because you made a post about one of them earlier today.
2 of them.
2 of them.
I named the other
Wayne
2.
And Fred Taylor.
Yes, Patriots legends.
Hey, you know who else is a Patriot legend? I don't know if he's a finalist. I don't even know if he's in the Hall of Fame or not.
Who?
Torrey Holt.
I thought I did hear about him being a finalist. I can't remember. That's an oversight by me.
We got another Patriots legend, Torrey Holt.
All right, I'll go make the post right now. But go on your Rodney Harrison spiel here.
Rodney Harrison should be a Hall of Famer. And I'm tired of politics keeping him out of it. Oh, well, he was a dirty player. Oh, well, you had the PED thing. I don't give a shit. That guy had 30 interceptions and 30 sacks. I want to say the only other player, I think there's like 2 players. I forget the other one. One of the other players to do it was Ray Lewis. Give me a break. That is a Hall of Fame football player. That is a guy that altered every single game he was in because you could not throw near Rodney Harrison because he would crack you over the middle. One of the hardest hitters ever. Was he a little dirty?
Top Patrick Chung, everything he knows.
Yeah. Was he a little dirty? Yeah. He bent the rules quite a bit. I don't care. That's still a great Hall of Fame caliber football player. He should have been in years ago. And I don't care if he's a bit of a dick. That's a Hall of Famer. I'm tired of it. It's not the Hall of Good People. It's the Hall of Fame for the best football players that ever played the game. He is one of the best football players that ever played the game. Put some respect on my guy, Rodney Harrison. There you go. That's my rant on Rodney Harrison.
I'm not done typing up this post. I need you to keep going.
You know what? I saw Devin Hester's a part of it. That was one of my favorite players as a kid. Kick returners are Hall of Famers. Hey, listen. Kaleb, you may have been a little too young. I don't know.
Dude, do not do the you might be too young thing. I am 2 years.
I watched Devin Hester when I had his rookie year.
Just because I wasn't interested in football until 2011 doesn't mean you can.
I watched Devin Hester in the game where Danny Green did they were who I thought they were. I watched that. Devin Hester altered games as a kick returner.
Oh, Jesus. I used the wrong picture.
How great you gotta be?
I used a picture of Reggie Wayne on the post. Oops.
As a returner to alter games to a point where they're like, do not kick it anywhere near. Squib it, whatever, kick it out of bounds. We would rather do that than kick the ball to this guy because he's going to house it. That was Devin Hester. One of the best, most electric football players I've ever gotten to watch in my life. That's another guy. Man, who else is in here? Patrick Willis. Patrick Willis is still not in the Hall of Fame?
I know.
Holy shit. Am I going to go on a tangent about like the best players?
Find a picture of Torrey Holt in a Patriots jersey.
He played like a preseason in New England, I think, or something like a training camp. He was a Patriot, though, I swear. Unless I have like the Mandela effect, I swear he was a Patriot.
No, he is. The Patriots put him on IR after.
Okay, Patrick Willis should also be a Hall of Famer. What are we doing here? Like that guy, it was like him and like Ray Lewis, and like later on in his career, like Luke Kuechly. They were the best
Yeah.
linebackers in
Luke
football.
Kuechly is going to be a Hall of Famer too, I think.
He should be. He absolutely should be. If he's not a Hall of Famer, I'll be outraged too. Hall of Fame football players.
There we
Antonio
go.
Gates is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Now there's a picture of Torrey Holt on on the page.
Wait, did Dwight Freeney not make it in his first year of eligibility? Am I missing something?
I guess not.
Or is this it's 5 years, right?
I think so. I think it's 5 years.
I'm gonna start yelling, man. Put these guys in the Hall. Why is Jared Allen not in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm looking through this list.
God, I am
Andre
pissing off
Johnson
Patriots
should be a
fans
Hall
so
of
bad
Famer.
today.
What are we doing? Julius Peppers.
This might be Andre Johnson's first year.
Maybe it's 5 years, right?
He stuck around a little longer than a lot of people.
Reggie Wade should be a Hall of Famer.
Patriots legend.
Seriously, what are we doing?
Well, when was Andre Johnson? Andre Johnson's last year was
Antonio Gates and Julius Peppers. It's their first year, so those guys should be Hall of Famers. Like
2016 was Andre's last year, so he didn't make it last year.
That's a Hall of Fame football player.
Reggie Wayne, his last year was, when did he officially retire?
Reggie Wayne technically retired 2014, 2015-ish.
2015, yep. 2016.
Okay, so
2016, he announced his retirement.
Yeah, so 2018 was the last year these guys were Julius Peppers is a Hall of Famer. Put that out there right now. Antonio Gates is a Hall of Famer. I'll put that out there right now. Dwight Freeney, I don't know why listen, we only have a few F words per show, or at least one. I'm trying not to swear here. Listen, I hated the Colts as much as you Patriots fans did. I despise the Colts. Dwight Freeney's a Hall of Famer. That guy was a nightmare. Jared Allen also should be a Hall of Famer. That guy is also a nightmare.
Freddie Taylor?
Fred Taylor? Yeah,
Patriots legend Freddie Taylor.
Fred Taylor, yeah. I don't know if this year is the year he should get in, but
Big game Fred.
He was an incredible football player for the Jaguars.
And here. Don't forget.
Yeah, in the Patriots. The 2 years he spent as the Patriots.
424 yards and 4 touchdowns, Ryan. You just need to respect him, okay?
Man, I'm gonna start yelling about like all these guys. And you know what? Maybe it's because all these guys are like pillars of my childhood. So it's like I see like Devin Hester, I see like Antonio Gates, and all. I'm like, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer.
Oh God, just wait another couple years.
Oh God,
we're gonna be bad. We're gonna be really bad about it.
The nostalgia is gonna be crazy.
Bill Rivers, Hall of Famer.
Guys I mentioned altered the game in a way where like you had to look at like actively game planning against those guys. Because if you didn't, they were going to massacre your team. It wasn't going to be a fun Sunday or Thursday or Monday or whenever the hell you played them. So, to me, those are Hall of Fame kind of guys that if you have to literally do everything in your power to stop them to win, otherwise they're going to burn you.
I wonder if Bob Kraft will finally make the Hall this year.
Oh, is he up for as a contributor?
Yeah, I mean, he's been up as a contributor the last couple of years.
It's kind of weird he hasn't gone there already.
It's a little weird. It's a little weird. But you know what also? You know what also is a little weird?
What?
Bailey Zappi ending the Russell Wilson era in Denver.
Oh yeah.
I know you had some thoughts on that.
The week after we have BR on the show, man, I gotta say, Denver. They're in a no man's land.
What a dysfunctional operation over there.
They were once the most promising. All they needed was a quarterback. Everything in the core was really promising. They give Russell Wilson this, they trade 2 firsts and 2 seconds for Russ and a bunch of players.
Oh, we already have a hater in the comments saying this page is ridiculous on that Tory Holt post. We are ridiculous. We are.
Hey, listen, have some fun, people. Obviously, Tory Holt's not a Patriots legend.
Yes, he is.
I mean, he is, but
yeah, he's a He was a Patriot, and he's a legend.
Yeah,
that's the definition of Patriots.
Fuck the greatest
legend.
show on turf. His greatest show on turf was in New England, buddy. Brady.
We can't be serious for a second.
Okay.
We're 4-11. Come on.
Yeah.
Give us a break.
Listen, it's the end of the season. Let's have some little fun. Anyway, with Russ, that trade is a disaster, man.
And Seattle has made the playoffs twice.
Yeah. That contract is a disaster. And by the way, fun fact, that contract kicks in next year.
That's why they're going to cut him. They're going to cut him in March.
Oh my God.
Basically, the whole thing was, the whole deal, I think, that I saw was that they wanted him to void out the injury guarantees, and he said no. So they're just shutting him down, and then they're going to cut him. I mean, the cap number is still going to be atrocious, but it's not going to be fully guaranteed. So it's not going to be as bad as it could be, because the next potential out would be 2026.
That's brutal.
What a bad contract.
Yeah,
we give Belichick a lot of crap, but at least he doesn't give us untradeable contracts.
I talked about with a buddy of mine, actually. The Broncos and the Saints are in the no man's land in the NFL because they handed out just these bad contracts to these veteran quarterbacks past their prime in the hopes that they could carry this core that they can't carry. And man, Denver is in a terrible spot. And Sean Payton's got his work cut out for him. I would be curious if they really go aggressive for a quarterback in the draft. I think
they have to. That has to be their only route, right?
Yeah.
And then what? You're gonna have him compete with Stidham?
Sean Payton's putting some magic healing potions into Drew Brees' elbow. One last go, Drew. One last go.
Can you imagine?
3 years.
Dude, he can't even throw a football with his family anymore. He has to throw lefty to his kids.
Drew. just a little stem cells, buddy. It's okay. Get your ass back out there.
Oh, what a bad situation.
Yeah, man, it's brutal. Man, I wish we had BR. You know what? Should we schedule BR next week? We need to talk to this guy.
Maybe not next week. We might have him in the playoffs. In the playoffs or the off season, because we're gonna need some content to fill in. I know we're gonna have Miles on, my buddy Miles from Live from the Hammock. Maybe we can get him and Ken on the same episode. That might be fun.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a fun episode.
We need to talk to BR about this and his thoughts about the Broncos long term, because man, this is spicy.
Who else could we bring on? Do we know any Browns fans that we like? No. No.
I don't know.
Trent, if the Colts make it.
Trent.
That might be Trent for Wild Card Weekend. That could be fun.
Yeah.
We got a lot of friends. We can call to talk about some NFL playoffs. But do we have any other league round thoughts? How about Brock Purdy? He's not a top 6 quarterback, right?
No, man, that performance against the Ravens is brutal.
Atrocious. Sam Darnold was the best quarterback for them out there that night.
Sam Darnold fan club approved.
We've been on the Sam Darnold fan club since he came out.
I've been on the Sam Darnold fan club since he carried USC out the basement, man. It was looking brutal the first couple weeks. And Sam Darnold.
Too bad he went to the Jets.
Fuck Todd Bowles.
No. It's Adam Gase. It's his fault.
Todd Bowles and Adam Gase, both those guys, terrible coaches.
If only he had Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
Things could have worked out.
Sexy Rexy. So the Sexy Rexy carried the last USC quarterback the Jets drafted to prosperity.
Right? 2 NFC championships. There's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
With LT and all that. They had Le'Veon Bell for a minute.
Yeah. Le'Veon Bell on a terrible contract, and you got fat, and you stopped caring about football. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. And then there's Chiefs Le'Veon Bell, then Bucks Le'Veon Bell.
You know what? Okay, off-season topic for those that are still listening to us. You and I need to do this. Worst contracts each team has given out. We can make it like a full episode and just talk about how bad the contracts are, like the past 10, 15 years, like that we've been watching. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, we can get some guests on for that too.
Yeah.
Because we'll need some help digging.
Because the Jets, they've had so many terrible contracts.
How about the second Revis contract?
Oh my God. Tremaine Johnson. Remember that one?
Yikes.
They gave Tremaine Johnson like $50 million for him to become a bum.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Oh my God. We need that. The Patriots would be Jonathan Smith, by the way. 4 years, 48 million.
Yeah.
To be a bum.
Yeah, that or the Godchild contract.
or Juju. Man.
Bad. Russell Wilson already just tweeted.
Oh boy.
God's got me looking forward to what's next. Russell Wilson.
The most stereotypical Russell Wilson tweet.
He thinks he's The Rock. He really does. He thinks he's Dwayne Johnson.
No.
But...
He'd be like, God's got Russ.
But do you want to know my diagnosis for Russell Wilson? What's going to happen to him?
What?
When he gets cut, you know where he's going?
Where?
He's going to the Minnesota Vikings.
Oh boy. No, you know what?
It's a Vikings move. It's a Vikings move.
That's got Raiders written all over it.
Oh, well, they're going to shell out another terrible contract?
Yes. Well,
No.
have the Raiders...
Aiden O'Connell's good.
Competency?
Aiden O'Connell's good. They're going to let him try it out. But the Minnesota Vikings, it's an upgrade from Kirk if just on talent. Okay? Kirk is the better fit, but Russell Wilson is infinitely more talented.
We missed a team. The Washington Commanders.
Eric Bieniemy and Russell Wilson.
The Washington Commanders.
Ooh, that's gross. I like it. It's going to be Washington or it's going to be Minnesota.
Russell Wilson's from the Virginia area. So,
it can happen. It's Minnesota or it's Washington. All right, I like that prop bet. I do.
All right.
I wonder what the odds are on that. Can somebody pull up the prop for Russell Wilson's next team? I bet you the Patriots are like plus 200.
Oh.
We wouldn't do it. I don't think. I think we're in the market.
Patriots Nation, let's ride.
Oh, we might have to change the podcast name. I'd rather bring back Cam.
Patriots Nation, let's ride.
I'd rather bring back Cam.
Can we get like Stidham?
Jimmy G.
Like, is Brady that retired?
Does Phil Rivers have one last go?
I know Drew Brees can't really throw a football, but
Big Ben? Would Big Ben ever play here?
Matt Ryan?
God, give me Matthew Frozen, the comeback tour. He's coming back to where he played college.
Back for CBS. He's back from the dead. Matthew Ryan's time. Oh,
man. All right. What's next on the docket? We have the Bills Patriots preview. We do. We're heading upstate to New York. Take on the Bills. Earlier this year, Mac Jones had the great comeback winning drive to defeat them at Gillette Stadium. One of the better moments of 2023. That I felt really good. That day felt really good.
Yeah, it was fun. I like being Buffalo.
But this is a post-bye Bills team that typically gets better as the season gets closer to the end. So
they've been pretty good lately.
The number one question that I always ask: how can the Patriots pull off this upset? What are we looking for? I think the number one thing that I noticed, and maybe you can elaborate on, Stephon Diggs has been pretty uninvolved the last couple of weeks. What's your diagnosis on that?
Well, Buffalo's been emphasizing kind of more balanced team approach since Joe Brady's taken over, from what I've noticed. I would say the key to stopping Buffalo, obviously you can't let Diggs cook because Diggs has cooked against New England his entire time in Buffalo. But you gotta stop James Cook. Stop that run game. Stop Josh out. Like it's obviously a little like easier said than done type stuff. But they've become a lot more run-oriented, balanced offense in Buffalo, and so force Buffalo to kind of become one-dimensional again. That's when Buffalo kind of struggles a little. If you're gonna pull off the upset, that's how you do it.
No, for sure. I think the whole key really is just not letting Josh Allen bend you over.
Yeah,
I mean, he's an MVP level quarterback. He can take over games. He really
he
can.
can.
It's dangerous. It really is. I think our defense is good enough to keep up with them, especially if they're just not using Diggs. I think using Diggs is probably the one advantage they have over us because he's an elite receiver, and our secondary has it's been spotty. Especially if
Hey,
we're
we got
missing.
Marco Wilson today,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
the shoe
He's
thrower.
yeah. Is Jonathan Jones hurt still?
I don't even know what the hell's going on with Jonathan Jones
Because
anymore.
I remember he came out of the game last week. Let me pull up Mike Reese's Twitter and see. I know what you're smiling about. Don't you dare say it. Okay, he didn't post the injury report today. Mike Reese really didn't post the injury report today.
Oh man,
What's wrong with him? How dare he?
he tweeted about Marco Wilson. That's all I saw while I was working.
Andrew Callahan, who is of the Herald, not the Globe. I need to correct myself there. Okay, Patriots injury report. Jonathan Jones did participate,
He
but
did.
yeah, he did. But Trent Brown out with an illness. Jalen Mills has a concussion and he was out. And Jabril Peppers has a hamstring and he was out.
I don't know if it sucks. Peppers might not play the rest of the year.
And then Stevenson obviously got shut down, which we probably saw coming.
Dude, okay, Trent Brown.
I don't think he's playing another snap.
I cannot wait for him to leave the Patriots. I'm
So
tired of that guy.
Such a pud.
Like, if you have to be motivated off your paychecks, man, like, I don't know, guys are trying to get paid. Like, I get it. It's a human element to it. I understand that you play football. Like, some guys obviously play for the love of the game. You guys are looking to get paid. Trent Brown only just wants to get paid. There's no motivation to it unless he's getting money. I can't wait till he's off the team, man.
Dude, our tackle situation, if we don't bring back on Onwenu, is dreadful, and the contract talks reportedly haven't been great. I think that was a report that I saw last week the contract talks have been near non-existent. Yep.
What are you doing? You have $100 million in cap space. This guy's been your best offensive lineman since you drafted him in the 6th round. Pay the guy. He's good. He is consistently good at football. What are we doing?
Mike Onwenu has said that he wants to stay. So there's that.
Yeah. Bag. Give him the bag. You pay a player like that.
But here's so Mike Reese talked to Mike Reese talked to Mike Onwenu. He talking to ESPN and whatnot. From my agents, they said there haven't been much talks. There has been communication, but there haven't been any offers or contracts I ever sent. It's kind of just a waiting game to see how it goes.
I really hope they, like, at the worst case, tag him and then sign him. Like, you need to keep him. You do not let a player like that walk.
We already have one tackle going. We can't have two. Yeah, that's my thing.
And that tackle is a bum. That only gives a fuck about his paycheck. Bye. We don't need a guy like that in the team. I'm sorry.
And it's a pretty good tackle class this year.
Yeah. I talk about it with you. I talk about it with my dad. I talk about it with my friends. All I care about with the Patriots and with the teams I watch is how much do you care?
Can you be competitive? Can you give me a chance to win?
Yeah. I don't expect perfection. Listen, under certain, like, obviously the Brady era, when, like, greatness is the standard. I understand that. Like, yeah, I expect greatness. But if the expectations are lower, I just expect you guys to try. And what I've seen from some players, Trent Brown, cough, cough, is that they don't try. They're in it for the bag. They don't try. I don't like that. I really don't.
No, Trent Brown has been one of my least favorite Patriots since he came back.
Yeah. I loved him
2018.
when we traded for him from San Francisco.
2018, yep.
Once again, you know why he played so well that year? He was motivated by the contract he could get.
Yep.
That's all he gives a shit about. Pisses me off.
Not great.
Yeah.
But all right. Let's dive right into the picks, and then we'll tell you what we think is going to happen in that Patriots Bills game. But last week, Ryan beat me 11-10. It's a new week 18.
I bet the
week
Ravens.
17. Let's get right to it. Thursday night football tonight, as it is already Thursday as we're recording this. We stay up late for you people.
Yeah.
The Browns, Joe Flacco getting his revenge on the Jets, who didn't call him when Rodgers went down, and Zach Wilson sucked, and Tim Boyle sucked, and Trevor Siemian sucks. So it's a bit of a Flacco revenge game, and the Browns are good. Who are you taking?
Give me Flacco, man. We saw that tweet. Flacco played against Palomalu. These new safeties are sweet to him. I love that tweet.
He practiced against Ed Reed, man.
Yeah.
What more is there to say? Give me the Browns by a lot.
Okay, give me Joey Flacco. Let's go.
Up next, Saturday night football. Detroit.
Oh?
Detroit headed to Dallas on Saturday night. This is going to be a good game. Dallas lost a couple straight. They really, really need this win. Detroit has locked up their playoff spot, I believe, by winning the division.
They won the division for the first time in our lifetimes. Seriously, round of applause, man. Detroit fans, you guys deserve it.
That sounded like sarcasm at the beginning.
There's no sarcasm.
I was like, dude, are you really just clowning the Lions right now?
No, I'm not. I'm actually happy for them, dude. You see the freaking Pistons right now? These Lions fans deserve it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Lions fans, they've been they've been a little arrogant since winning a couple of games in October.
You know
they've
what?
been a little arrogant.
Let them have a little bit of happiness for the first time in their lives.
Okay, they can have happiness, but just don't be arrogant. That's my only thing.
Yeah, us Patriots fans are a little arrogant ourselves, okay?
And do I not call out Patriots fans for being arrogant?
You do,
Ryan?
but listen, arrogance can be fun sometimes. Let Lions fans have a little fun. And if they get humbled in the playoffs,
when you say stupid crap like Jared Goff is a top 10 quarterback, I don't know.
Okay,
I feel the need to slap you. So I hope the Lions lose. I hope the Lions lose, and I'm picking the Cowboys.
You know what, Lions fans? Tristan, I love you, buddy. I don't know if you're watching this. Give me the Lions.
All right. So me and Travis are the only ones taking the Cowboys here. I forget who Brian picked, but I imagine he picked the Lions himself. All right, we're gonna skip Patriots and Buffalo. We're gonna go Atlanta, headed to Soldier Field to take on the Bears. Surprisingly, the Falcons I think are still in it for the NFC South.
Abolish the NFC South, please.
Let's check those standings real quick on the NFC South. It's rough.
7-10, 7 and something.
The Buccaneers are 8-7. The Falcons are 7-8. The Saints are 7-8. The Panthers are 2-13. Obviously, yeah. The Buccaneers are on a 4-game win streak. The Falcons won last week. Do the Falcons play the Bucs that last week, or do they play the Saints? They play the Saints. All right. So basically, if the Falcons don't win out and then pray the Buccaneers lose, and they're playing New Orleans this week. So it's a weird division race, but I'm taking Chicago. I don't think Atlanta has a chance. How about you?
Yeah. I think Chicago's been playing pretty solid football lately. I think Fields is kind of bidding to stay there, honestly.
I don't know how teams feel on Caleb Williams. So I'm not really sure what to make of it.
Yeah.
But
you know what? I hope Fields continues to get that chance in Chicago. And listen, we'll talk about in the offseason. If they want to give up on him, New England hit their line.
Could
I'd
be
be down
interesting.
for it.
Could be interesting. I'd be intrigued.
Yeah.
But
A lot of him in draft here.
I assume you're taking Chicago over Atlanta.
I'm taking Chicago, yeah.
I think it'll be competitive in a weird way, but because I think Heineke gives the Falcons a better chance to win than Ritter did. But I'll take Chicago.
It's garbage versus garbage.
But here's a battle of two wild card AFC teams just trying to make the cut. The Raiders, coming off that huge win against the Chiefs in Arrowhead, they're going to Indy to take on Gardner Minshew and the Michael Pittman-less Indianapolis Colts. I'll take the Raiders. I'm really impressed. They're hot. They're really hot. The Colts, it's hard to buy into them. I know they're playing well, but the Raiders are just on a different level right now. I don't know how you feel.
Well, it depends with the Raiders. It's tough to pick them because AOC didn't complete a pass since the first quarter and they beat the Chiefs. But the Chiefs also kind of puked upon themselves. So
I mean, that's also a testament to the Raiders defense, too.
It is. And it's a testament to Antonio Pierce, and I think Antonio Pierce should keep that job.
Oh, yeah, no, I'll be pounding the table for that.
But I do think that judging off the way AOC played and the fact that the Raiders, I don't know if the Raiders completely 100% trust them, I'm going to take the Colts. It's gonna be a fun match though. I think it's gonna be sneaky fun.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Up next, the Rams are headed to MetLife to take on the Tyrod Taylor Giants. That's right. Tommy DeVito was benched.
The Italian Stallion's over.
What do you? No, don't.
Oh, I'm doing it to you, buddy.
No.
I'm doing it to you, buddy.
The Italian Stallion is in Vegas. His name is Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm taking Jimmy G over Tommy DeVito any day of the week. I don't care what you think. I'm taking the Rams against the Giants. The Rams are a playoff team. The Giants are not.
I'm sorry, Silvio, but
They're playing for pride.
I'm sorry, Silvio, but I'll critique Italian quarterbacks. I know he's got it's anti-Italian discrimination meme, but I'm sorry, Silvio. Jimmy G and Tommy DeVito ain't it. With that being said, give me the Rams.
Yeah. Kind of an easy matchup. Up next, I'm not super sold on my pick that I made here. Arizona is headed to Lincoln Financial to take on the Eagles.
Oh,
I wanted to take Arizona. I did. But can you see Philly?
It's Philly regardless.
Can you see Philly losing to Arizona at home in a must-win?
No, I think it's Philly.
But I wanted to pick Arizona. I'll take Philly, but I want my heart.
It'd be funny if Arizona
and the Cardinals. Won. It would be. Up next, again, this could be the deciding factor for the division of the NFC South. The Saints are headed to Tampa to take on the Bucks. Give me the Bucks. I think their firepower is better.
Riveting match.
They're better coached. Not by much, but they're better coached. Give me Tampa. Like that New Orleans ride is going to come down. I know that they've had solid offense the last couple of weeks, but Tampa, I mean, I got to take them.
I have to pick this game. You're picking
you can pick tie, but it's usually just a throwaway.
I know. I hate both these. Give me Tampa, I guess. Ugh.
Here's the hoping that Mike Evans goes off and wins me a fantasy championship.
I picked Tampa Bay. It's him and Marshawn Lattimore. They're going to get into a WWE match.
And then they get thrown out of the game, right? Yeah. Next.
It's Peter Griffin and the Chicken.
San Francisco, Brock Purdy and the Niners, they're looking to bounce back against Washington. In Washington.
San Francisco.
And Sam Howell got benched. We're seeing Jacoby Brissett, our boy.
Yeah.
I want Jacoby to win.
Brissett. I love that guy.
I want Jacoby to win. I want Jacoby to come back. That's what I want. I want Jacoby back in Foxboro. Like, that's the dream scenario, right? Like, say that we win the next 2 games, fumble our way out of the quarterback conversation. We get a tackle, we get a receiver. We have Bailey Zappi versus Jacoby Brissett in camp, and we see what happens. I think that's a good way to go.
Yeah. But, yeah, I welcome Jacoby back. but preferably the rookie.
But I'll take the Niners.
Yeah, give me San Francisco. Listen, they're going to be pissed off at the loss of the 49ers. Or
Smack
to
to the
49ers,
face. Yeah.
To the Ravens.
They got smacked in the face. They did.
Yeah, they got punked. But
up next, underratedly terrible game. The Panthers are headed to Jacksonville to take on the Jags. Both these teams have been horrendous. But the Panthers have shown more life than the Jags recently. They have.
Yeah. And Lawrence is hurt.
I don't hate a Carolina pick here. I wasn't bold enough to do it, but I wouldn't hate it.
You know what? Just for fun, I'm bold enough to do it.
All right.
Give me the Panthers.
All right. I love it.
Especially if Lawrence is not playing.
I love it. Up next, game of the week. Unquestionably game of the week. Miami headed to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. The Ravens just pummeled probably the best offense in the league. Miami is right up there with them. It's gonna be a tough game. Gonna be a really tough game. Truly, I had a tough time picking this. I'll pick Baltimore at home. Great defense.
Give me the best team in football.
But I would not be shocked if Miami pulled it off. Not even a little bit, and I want them to. I know Patriots fans hate the Dolphins, all their hard AFC's rival and whatnot. I've been watching that Hard Knock series that they've been doing. Love Mike McDaniel. Love him to death. I wanted to see him do really well. I do. I'd trade him for Belichick in a minute. Not even a minute. A second. What do you want? Belichick and a first for Mike McDaniel. I'd do it.
Oh boy.
I'd do it. I would. Absolutely. Up next.
You know what I'd trade for? The starting quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens.
We could have drafted him, you know.
Yeah, he could have.
Fun fact.
Give me Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
Would you trade Sony Michel and Isaiah Wynn for Lamar Jackson? Would you do it?
I would drive them to Logan. I live I don't know how many, I might live 1,000 miles away from Boston or whatever. I would drive there myself and drive those guys personally to Logan to have Lamar Jackson as their quarterback.
Right? What a catastrophe that was.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's an off-season conversation. We'll have some fun.
Oh God. Titans in Houston. CJ Stroud probably going to be back. Will Levis, I don't know. Houston is head and shoulders the better team, but Tennessee's weird. They like to make games weird. I took Houston, but wouldn't be shocked. What do you think?
Which is why I'm taking my guy Coleridge Stroud.
Yeah. But if I reserve my right to change it if Stroud's out, I do.
I think he's playing. But
yeah. He's limited at practice today. He'll probably be limited at practice on Thursday. And then Friday, we'll see what happens. Up next, an interesting battle. Pittsburgh headed to Seattle. This game could be interesting. It could be bad, but it could be interesting. I feel like both these teams kind of play down to their competition.
Yeah, it's mid versus mid.
Seattle's upside, I think, is just greater, so I take them. But again, wouldn't be shocked if Mike Tomlin pulls out some voodoo magic and beats them. What do you think?
I'm going Seattle.
Yeah. Could have had DK Metcalf too, you know.
Yeah, they could have. Although I would have preferred AJ Brown or Deebo Samuel.
Yeah. But I mean, DK Metcalf over N'Keal Harry. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Tough call, man. Tough call.
Could have even had Terry McLaurin, but
disaster game of the week. Disaster game of the week. Chargers at Denver. Stidham versus Stick.
Easton Stick, man. That's my favorite name.
I took Denver. I still think they're the better team. I think the Chargers just don't know what the hell they're doing, but wouldn't be shocked. What do you think?
When I played hockey as a kid, my favorite stick was an Easton stick. An Easton hockey stick. This game is a toss-up. I'm going with old reliable. My favorite stick. Easton Stick, baby. Let's go.
Gonna Easton Stick tonight. Up next, the Bengals headed to Arrowhead to take on the Chiefs. Somebody booked this game in week 1, thought they cooked.
Hey, that would be a fun game, man.
I think this is a bounce back game for KC.
It should be.
It's bad over there, man. It's bad.
Oh, I was gonna bring him up in the NFL segment, man, but like, yikes!
You can take your time here.
Listen, Mahomes kind of mailing it in, man. Like he just looks tapped out. Like he just not like
He needs some help.
he hates his life right now, man.
He needs a little bit of help. Every quarterback does. Every quarterback needs a little
Well,
help.
okay. Can we talk about Taylor Swift's boyfriend being the most overrated player in football this year?
Sure.
He's been really bad this year. He's been like not anywhere close to what Travis Kelce should normally be.
A little
Even as
distracted,
someone
maybe.
that's really negative on Travis Kelce, this guy, I don't know what the hell has happened to him, but he has not been it this year.
A little distracted, maybe.
Maybe.
He's got a podcast with his brother.
Maybe
He's
dating the
got the
biggest
Taylor
pop star in
Swift.
the world problems. I don't know.
Thing.
I
Could
don't know.
be a little bit of a factor. He's also getting older.
Good.
First year dealing with injury.
Yeah.
A lot of things. Dating Casey though.
I get I'm not gonna bet against Mahomes because his winning record's absurd, so it's like tough.
Yeah.
But man,
all right.
If they lose this week, there's gonna be some conversations, man. That's all I'll say.
Conversations about what?
Are they gonna get eliminated in the first round?
Oh, I thought you were talking like big picture conversations. I'm like,
oh,
dude,
I can do big picture too.
Dude, it's
Mahomes a fraud.
God. See, this is why you appeal to Patriots fans more than me. All right.
Yeah, listen, when Kaleb eventually leaves, it's gonna be me just running a Brady propaganda show. It's gonna be like a North Korea style Brady propaganda. Brady good, every other quarterback bad.
I'm telling you, you people don't know what you have in me. I mean, you can compare me to Mike Felger all you want with my contrarianism and my distrust for Patriots fans, but I keep it realistic here. Okay, I try my best to be a good host.
propagandist, baby.
Yeah, you're the drunk Patriots fan that you should live in Southie.
Fuck.
And I should be the not New England native. But all right.
You and I should trade lives, basically. You're so anti New England. I'm like, yeah, fucking Boston, dude.
As long as I don't have to live in Ohio. I mean, that's
man, Columbus is not that bad. It's actually good. I like.
I don't want to be in Ohio. Get out of here.
Columbus,
give me somewhere where it's sunny. Give me a sunny place.
Columbus, dude, it's nice out here, man. It's like it was 60 the other day.
It was 50 here. I want sun.
10 degrees warmer.
I want sun. I want dry heat. And I want the Phoenix Suns. I do.
Okay, this guy wants Arizona until a scorpion stings his asshole.
I mean, listen, you find them in the garage, and then you let your cat eat it, and it's like, whatever.
Oh, if the cat eats it, yeah. Until your cat dies and you can't own a cat no more.
So then you just get another cat. All right. The Packers
will have a problem with that, buddy.
The Packers are going to Minnesota. Nick Mullins versus Jordan Love.
I still feel the love.
That's why you're picking the Packers?
Yes.
I wouldn't. I'm not picking the Packers. I'll take Minnesota.
Nick Mullins piss all over his pants, and you're like, "Oh man, I need Nick Mullins."
I cut him in fantasy. I mean, 4 picks against the Lions.
Kaleb.
I don't. I really don't.
I do.
I don't.
That's my dynasty quarterback, man. I'm the Terrell Owens this bitch. That's my dynasty quarterback.
I'm not feeling it.
I feel it.
And the score I went with, I believe, was 21-17 was the score that I went with for a total of 38 points. 21-17. Minnesota takes the win. What's your score?
I'm going 28-10 Packers. Listen, Packers fans.
You can't. You need to pick another score because it matches my points.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, 35-10. I feel the love.
5 points.
Packers fans, here's my olive branch to you. I've had many arguments with you guys over the years. Listen, I loved Brett Favre as a kid. Is it bad now that Brett Favre is a scumbag? Yes. And I hated you guys for a little bit. My olive branch is back out to you. I'm with you guys now. I feel the love. And I got Jaden Reed in Dynasty, and I got Jordan Love in Dynasty. We're in this together, boys. We're going with the pack.
Yeah,
I'll ride with the pack.
He's not sniffing Aaron Rodgers, and I'll be here in 5 years laughing at you, telling you I'm right. All right.
I never said sniffing Aaron Rodgers.
No, you've been saying all year long. Oh, Rodgers didn't start great either.
Because Rodgers didn't start great. Look at 2008. He was
It's a false equivalency. It is.
No, I feel the love, bitch.
It's all Jordan here, baby. Love isn't even close to what Rodgers.
I might need a number 10 Packers jersey, man.
Okay, you do that, and I'll whip out my Aaron Rodgers jersey, and we'll have this argument on the beat sides.
I'll call you an anti-vaxxer, like anti-Pfizer nerd.
All right, Utah. All right, we've done the window dressing for this game-ish. We were kind of lazy on the preview.
What do you mean, Utah?
Isn't that where he went? Utah State.
Yeah, he did go to Utah State. He's from California, though.
Oh wow! So he was so good that he had to leave California. All right.
Oh, buddy.
Unlike Rodgers, who went to Cal, he went to a real school.
Cal.
Nerds.
Cal's full of like fart sniffers, man.
What do you think Utah is?
In respect to Utah State, I don't know anything about it except for the fact that they named the Aggies.
Not even the best Aggies.
I don't know. Is it Johnny Manziel?
They're like the third best Aggies. I'm sure that I can find another one. All right. New England headed to Buffalo. We've done the window dressing. I'm still sticking with it. I'm not picking the Patriots the rest of 2023. Can't do it. Can't confidently do it as much as they're playing their best football. But the Bills are also playing their best football. They're a damn good football team. I can't imagine they just let one slip. But you never know. So I took Buffalo.
Buffalo, man.
Ryan, if you feel any differently, feel free to give the Patriots fans some positivity. No, you're not for the positivity right now?
Yeah, listen, I would be positive, but Buffalo is a steamroller, and they steamrolled the Patriots past couple of years. Unfortunately.
Can you picture a world where the Patriots win this game? And if you can, how do they win it?
Literally every single thing has to go right, and they have to like punk Stephon Diggs, James Cook, and Josh Allen. You see,
Jonathan Jones has been known to slay Josh Allen. He's done it before.
Yeah, it's cleanly or dirtily. I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
He's a line stepper there, but yeah, it's okay. Okay.
You never know.
Yeah.
As far as the score goes, I'll go 31-10. I think Buffalo's just gonna score and score and score, and you're just not gonna be able to keep up.
I'll go 28-14.
All right, not bad. So, do you want to leave the people with any kind words or anything of that sort?
I hope you all enjoyed your holiday. I'm not really serious, man. I hope you all enjoyed your holidays, spent your time with your family, your friends, and I hope for the best 2024 for everyone listening to this.
I couldn't say it any better. Enjoy your New Year's Eve. Be safe. Have a designated driver.
Don't drink and drive. Drinking and driving's for jackasses.
Yep. Don't drink and drive. Don't be Michael Floyd, obviously. Be safe. Have fun. Spend some time with your family, your friends, all the good things that are great about this holiday season. And we will see you all in 2024. You have been listening to the Foxboro BeatCast. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, comment, be angry because I called Torrey Holt the Patriots legend. We will see you all for the Jets preview. Go Patriots. Have a great night.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of the Foxboro BeatCast. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.